Good evening, mamas. Welcome back to Midlight, your light in the middle of the night. I want to start with the verse Isaiah 40:11, which says, "He will tend his flock like a shepherd. He will gather the lambs in his arms. He will carry them in his bosom and gently lead those that are with young." He gently leads those who are with young. I really appreciate and love this verse so much from Isaiah chapter 40, which is a beautiful chapter about God's comfort, power, and tender care for his people. The imagery is of a shepherd who is strong enough to rule the universe, yet gentle enough to carry the weak lambs and patiently lead the feeding mothers, those with young, or caring for little ones. It's a favorite verse for so many of us moms because it shows God's special tenderness and patience towards those raising children. He doesn't push or demand too much. He gently leads. So today I wanted to talk to you about God's tenderness for you. You know, we understand how tender our babies are and how not only tender they are physically, but in our hearts, our children are so tender to us. And God is tender with you, and you are so precious to him. It seems that often in the podcast lately that we've been drawing parallels between your love for your child and God's love for you as his child, and I find that really fascinating. God is a tender and merciful God. We see it throughout the whole Bible. We also see that he is a God of strength and that he doesn't want anybody to hurt his children, no more than you would want to see someone hurt yours. So I just want you to rest assured tonight that God is not only tender with you, and he comfort to you as well, but he is also your strong tower. The Bible tells us in chapter 18 of Proverbs in verse 10 says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run to it and are safe." Yesterday in our homeschool class, I teach with a very precious woman who's older than me, and she asked the children in our class, "Would you like to illustrate this verse?" And some of them did. But as I looked at that verse and pictured in my mind my own illustration, I could just picture a bunch of children just running towards the Lord in this big, strong tower. And I could picture almost like a storm happening and brewing around. But underneath this strong tower, they all sought refuge. And I think of us as the children, or even our children themselves, and I think God is our strong tower. He is our comfort. He is tender with us, but he is also our strong tower that we can run to and be safe. Sometimes, as mamas, we can deal with anxieties, stresses, fears, and sometimes they can grab a hold of us and just clutch on and just stay there. But I want to share this verse from the Bible tonight, Psalm 91, 2 through 4. It says, "I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. Surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your buckler." And I love this verse because these verses because it reminds me that we as mamas are under the shelter and protection of God's wing, like a mother bird sheltering her young. And I think that if we put these things together, we'll see tonight the three things we talked about, which is God is tender with us like a shepherd. He is our strong tower, a place to run and be safe. And we are under his wings. Well, he will give us shelter and refuge. And I think even about our own thoughts as a mom, I think we often feel like we are not enough or not doing enough. There's a better way. Someone else could do it better than me. But I'm here to tell you that you are handpicked by God to do the job you are doing with your children. God is very intentional with what he does when he creates mamas and babies. and he knew exactly who to give you. And it's okay, Mama. Sometimes you're going to find yourself frustrated. Sometimes you're not going to want to do the job. Sometimes you're going to wish somebody else was doing the job. But you are handpicked by the Lord to be this one's person. Everything this child is learning right now is coming from the opportunity that he or she has to spend with you. They are finding comfort. They are finding shelter. You are like a strong tower to them. When they cry and you pick them up, they are safe. When you hold them in your arms, you are sheltering them. When you spend time tending to their needs, you are like a shepherd tending to his flock, like God does for you. Do you see the parallels? Do you see how God allows you as a mother to reflect his goodness, his plans and purposes, and his beauty? You have such a unique opportunity in your arms tonight to just love on the least of the smallest of these, which he deems so incredibly important. So rest assured tonight, Mama, you are doing it. You are taking care of that precious little person that has been entrusted to you. And that little person is being so blessed by the care that you give, just like you are blessed by the care that God gives you. I hope this has encouraged you tonight. I hope that the rest of the evening for you is sweet. And I pray that you would remember the verse that we talked about today, Isaiah 40:11, that he is tender with those who care for young. Thank you for letting me be a part of the middle of the night with you. Such a precious time. Thank you for joining me at Midlight.